I remember the silence first. Not peaceful, but tense, like the breath before a scream. Then came the sound, water dripping somewhere out of sight. Not gentle, not clean, slow, malicious. I stepped out into the backyard and stood frozen. My pool drained, bone dry. The sun bounced off the cracked floor in jagged flashes, as if even the light couldn't stand to linger. On the fence, a piece of paper fluttered in the breeze. Pink stationery. Neat cursive. A message. No more pool parties. Maybe this'll teach you not to be such a useless sponge. No yelling. No tears. Just stillness. That pool had been mine. My project. I poured a summer's worth of sweat and sorrow into it after my father passed. It was never just about swimming. It was where I healed. Every summer since, it became the gathering place for a family that barely acknowledged me. My wife's sister, Candace, used it like her personal vacation home. Kids cannonballing. Plastic flutes of cheap bubbly floating next to flamingo-shaped rafts. Photo shoots for her curated life. And me. Cleaning filters, unclogging candy-filled drains, restocking chemicals. Smiling like it didn't grind me down. 1 week before I left on a short trip, I asked if I could borrow their family tent. 6-person, plenty of space. Candace rolled her eyes so hard I thought they might detach. Get your own. What are you, helpless? Her mother, perched on the couch with her usual passive smirk, added, some people just don't know their place. And my wife, my partner, she didn't flinch, just sipped her wine. Don't be a burden, she said, barely above a whisper. So I left without the tent, slept on damp ground, under a sky that didn't judge. The cold bled the shame out of me. When I returned, the pool was empty. The damage was real. Cracks. $8,000 in destruction. The contractor said someone had run the pump with a sealed drain, deliberate, calculated. Still, I said nothing. Not to Candace. Not to my wife. But I began gathering. Evidence, patience, leverage. Old texts. Photos from their parties. Dates. Guest lists. Noise complaints. Unlicensed gatherings in a residential zone. I filed quiet reports. Anonymous tips. I called my insurance company. Submitted surveillance footage. Yes, I'd installed cameras, subtly, for liability. There she was, Candace and her teenage son, grinning as they sabotaged the system. My claim was approved. A police case opened. And still, I remained silent. Then came June, the kickoff to Candace's annual summer bash. She had tried to book a venue, but mysteriously, every single one turned her down. Too risky, too much scrutiny, they said. So she came crawling back. Asked my wife if they could use the yard. Just this once, she said. We'll do everything. You won't have to lift a finger. I smiled. Of course. They came in waves, toting coolers, speakers, blow-up slides. Kids ran wild. Music shook the fence. Candace slapped me on the back like we were old friends. See, she beamed. You're not so hopeless after all. I handed her a beer. She had no idea the man 2 blocks down in the park sedan was a city inspector, or that the woman next door, with her sun hat and sunglasses, was a licensed PI. Every illegal vendor, every decibel of excessive noise, every violation documented. The health department had been quietly assembling a thick file. A week later, the hammer dropped. First a fine, $3, 000 for unauthorized public gathering. Then another, $2, $500 for serving alcohol without a permit. And a lawsuit, one of the kids slipped on the wet concrete. I gave my statement, offered my footage, didn't even need to embellish. Candace figured it out quickly. My wife confronted me last. You planned this, she whispered. No, I said, voice steady. They built the trap. I just showed people where to look. She left that night. Called me cruel. Maybe. But cruelty doesn't patch concrete or mend fractured dignity. Justice does. The pool? Sold. The house? Sold too. A quiet, off-market deal. Close fast. With the money, I bought a small cabin. By a lake. Private. No screaming children. No parties. Just quiet water. I left a note behind on the fridge. 5 words. Beggars can't be choosers. Later, I heard what happened. CPS flagged Candace's videos. Alcohol around minors. Her ex filed for full custody. Her mother got audited. Someone mailed in records of her cash-only side hustle. Anonymous, of course. My wife tried to move in with her sister, but the property was now under legal review. They all used to laugh at me, so sure of their power. So